friends. This week we're doing something a little different. I am making a vlog. Not an excessively long-winded one, I hope. I'm not really into those, to be honest with you. My ADD brain doesn't really like to listen to people rambling along forever for no reason. Yeah, who cares about pacing? We're just going to go through this. This week my goal was to redesign my character for a short film I'm working on. It's gonna be about 90 seconds long. It's gonna have 2 characters in it, and it's gonna be based in the world I've been working on for basically my whole life. This project's pretty exciting and also terrifying for me, so I don't really know how it's gonna turn out, or if I'll just get psyched out and quit or not. So, if you can comment to cheer me on, that'd be helpful. One way or another, I do need to get this done, or else I'll lose my mind. So what you've been watching on screen so far is work on concept art for it. Basically, I've had the same design for like the last 20 years or something crazy like that. I've been working on this since my childhood. Just as, just a fun story in my mind, but I've always wanted to share it, and a big motivator for me learning to do art and to do 3D is to share these stories with other people. So this has been kind of the big step that I've always avoided because I never felt confident in my skills to really pull it off. But, hopefully that changes today with this new project and the way I'm going about it. The modeling process has been pretty smooth going. I really should have just done a sculpt and then retopologized over it. For people who don't know 3D terms, retopology is basically taking a sculpted model and modeling the low polygon model around it. What I'm doing in this model is just doing the low poly model without the sculpt, which, sounds like, oh yeah, you're not doing as much work, but it does create more work because there's a lot of finicky tuning you have to do when you just do it in one path. I have been streaming this process. It's been pretty fun actually hanging out with people while working on things. I even got some help the other day from a viewer to figure out how to do these feet. I was just going to cut out the holes, but they made the actually kind of amazing suggestion to do an inset and then use that as a more accurate way of creating the holes. I'm just going to throw their name on screen since I can't remember it off the top of my head. Thank you, person. I appreciate you so much. If there's anything really true about 3D modeling, it's that it is tedious and sometimes really boring. So I frequently break up working on models with just like doing fun experiments with them just to get an idea of how I want to go about doing certain things, like with the tentacle arms and legs. The idea with them is that they can slink out and shoot out and curl in on themselves, and he can crane his head in place like, some kind of... I'm trying to think of the movie. I'm really bad at movies. I don't really watch them. The Exorcist. I'm thinking of The Exorcist. Anyway, a lot of the work this week has just been learning how to rig up splines in Blender. It's really finicky, so it's certainly been its own challenge for me. One of the things I want to do is, you can kind of see it in the concept art here, is that the claws shoot out from the hand, like little torpedoes, so he can grapple around and hang from ceilings and all kinds of crazy and unpleasant looking things. But unfortunately, I don't really know how to do that quite yet, so that's a goal for next week for sure. I did get some of it figured out, somewhat, a little bit, and you can see me rigging up that right now. It uses a lot of hooks. I think there could be a better way of going about this, so if anyone happens to know, mention that in the comments too. Also, what do you think of the model so far? I think it's coming out pretty good. At least it looks a lot more menacing than the concept art leads you to believe it is. They're really spooky. At the end of this week, I created a little pose with an animation. It's really clunky, but it kind of gets some of the idea across, where they slink around walls. They're a little bit inspired by the Sentinel sort of Matrix combined with ghouls from Fallout 4, how they'll leap out and tumble around trying to chase their prey. Though they are mostly mindless, they just protect the areas they were assigned to guard by some long past civilization that used to exist on this world too. And in the short, the protecting the treasure of the temple that they're guarding. But anyway, I'm gonna just leave you guys with one last little thing here. I rigged up a little animation using what I made just to prototype a little bit. It's definitely a little bit rough, to be polite. And it also caused a really funny looking issue when I tried to add a little bit of a noise modifier to it. It sort of collapsed in on itself like a black hole just sucked it in. But yeah, thank you for watching. And if you want to follow along with this project as it goes and does whatever weird things it's going to do, I would love to see you subscribe and like the video if you liked it. I'll see you guys later.